Welcome back to the lunch table, Food for Thought. I'm Nico Blitz. Make sure you hit that subscribe button just right down there. We're also on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, YouTube if you want to see my face, and also the beloved iHeartRadio app. Shout out to my workplace. My next guest actually spawned from the interview I had with Bryce Xavier not too long ago. This is actually one of his musically talented friends. When I got introduced to her, Bryce was just like, yeah, you know, my homegirl Madison. And I was like, which Madison are we talking about? And he was like, not beer. I was like, okay, dope. So who's your friend? She goes by the name of Madison Deaver. What's poppin'?
What's up? How are you?
You have a dope song out right now called
you.
John Tucker.
Yes, thank you. I'm so excited that it's out. Like, I've been waiting since, like, birth for a song, so.
Since birth?
Since birth. Since, like, being in the womb, I was like, wow, I just want to make music. So, yeah, it's finally out.
How old are you again?
I just turned 20 in May.
Wow, okay. And the only reason why I asked that is because John Tucker is such an old movie. I think it was released
like 2004 or something.
Okay, so just to put it into perspective, it's what 2019 right now, 2004. So yeah. I would have been 11.
Well, I definitely made that up.
You would have been 5. No, let's look it up right now.
Let's do it.
I need to look it up right now.
I'm probably wrong because I think Mean Girls was 2004. So maybe it was like 2007.
John Tucker, 2006.
Really? Ooh,
so you're not that far off.
I wasn't that far off.
You're not that far off.
So 2006. So I was like 7, depending on like what the date was.
See, it's like you couldn't have just like came out the womb and been like, "Yo, I want to watch John Tucker Must Die."
I know.
But the idea of the movie, I think you really captured the idea of the movie in your song.
Thank you.
Because for those who haven't watched the movie, right? So it's basically this one guy who plays 3 girls.
Yeah, like 4. No, it's 3.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
Because the 4th one, she ends up like being the one who gets like the revenge. Whenever.
Yeah,
so I don't
and you know, there's just it's like a whole revenge story, and I think. In your song, John Tucker, you were talking about, like, karma's a bitch and that's me.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? It's like that whole revenge plot going on. I'm like, I like this song, and I like her. Because, well, what I find dope about people in, like, the younger half of their 20s, right? You guys are a lot more braggadocious with your words and your delivery, and I fuck with it so much.
Oh, thank you. Thanks. Yeah, I definitely wanted to put myself, like, in the place of, like, her and, like, what she was feeling. Because, like... I mean, I've been through, like, certain things kind of like that, so it was easy to, like, put myself in that place.
Oh, of course.
But, yeah, I just wanted to, like, be her and be like, okay, what would I say to him, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, let me ask you this. Is John Tucker your favorite movie?
You know
if you say no, I'm going to be so mad.
Okay, yes. It's definitely in my top 5. We're going to put it in that universe, okay?
Oh, okay, now I got to ask you this. What's your top 5 movies of all time?
Maybe it's in my top 3. I think I just said 5 because, like, the number you say. Definitely, like, Clueless, 10 Things I Hate About You, and then, yeah, John Tucker Must Die.
Damn, man. I think the only one amongst those 3, except for John Tucker, was 10 Things I Hate About You.
10 Things I Hate About You, just, like, it's one of the best movies ever. You've never seen Clueless or, like, heard of it?
No, what's Clueless about?
It's, like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's a Paul Rudd. Yeah, everyone loves Paul Rudd. Anyway... what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. Okay, Clueless. It's about this, like, girl who's, like, super rich. Okay. And she basically is, like, I don't know how to explain it, like, kind of, like, finding herself, almost, in a way. I don't know. You have to watch it, though. It's a great movie. Mm-hmm. It's from, like, 98, I think. 98? Mm-hmm. Shit, yeah. I hate going down memory lane like that, because then I map out, like, how old was I when I was 98? I was, like, 5 years old. Really? Yeah. See. No, that's my top 3. Yeah. I feel like movies back then were much more memorable than the movies now. Does that make sense? It does. Because even... Oh, wait. I have another one. I'm sorry. The Breakfast Club. Okay. There we go. Now we've connected. Breakfast Club. I have a breakfast... I haven't worn it in so long. I don't even know where it is. I have this Breakfast Club shirt. And it has the letter that they say at the end of the movie on the back. Oh, wow. Like to the principal. How'd you even get that? I got it at Hot Topic. Like a few years ago. Hot Topic has all like the great movies and like bands. Like I get all like my band shirts and like everything from there. I think it's Hot Topic and also Urban Outfitters who does that too. Oh, for sure. Dude, I will walk into an Urban Outfitters now and then there's like merch from
Britney Spears, NSYNC.
Yeah, I went to Urban Outfitters like a few days ago, and I was like in there for like an hour with my friends, just like searching through like all like the vinyls. I was like, what do they have? Like, I found, this is gonna sound so not upsetting. It's gonna sound so stupid. It made me so excited. I found a vinyl of the best of Hannah Montana.
Whoa.
And like I was geeking. I was geeking. I was like, oh my god, it's Hannah Montana. Like they have this. I almost bought it.
That's crazy.
I know. I was like, this is insane.
How many Hannah Montana as Hannah Montana doesn't have too many songs, though. I don't know what would be a compilation of her greatest hits.
She has a good amount of songs. I'm pretty sure it's just probably all the music from, like, Disney.
Yeah.
That's probably on there. But it said the best of Hannah Montana. I didn't even, like, pick it up or look at it because I knew that if I, like, picked it up, I was going to carry it with me around the store the whole day. So. Did
you ever see the idea of Miley Cyrus X Hannah Montana kind of like to be a blueprint to what you want to do?
Maybe. I don't know. My mom has always called me, like, this sounds so weird. My mom always called me, like, a secret Hannah Montana almost because I never would tell people that I sang.
Oh.
Ever. Yeah. Like,
why is that?
I don't know. Like, in, like, all through school, I never told anyone that, like, I sang until I did, like, the talent show. But, like, I never even, like, before that ever said anything.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't tell people, oh, like, I want to be a singer or, like, come to my show. Like, I wouldn't, like, talk about it.
And then every time you performed, you had a blonde wig, I assume.
Yeah. I always, like, I had a new hair color. Like, yeah.
That's weird. I'm surprised you didn't tell people you wanted to sing.
Yeah, I don't know why I did it. Like, I didn't refuse. I just, like, it never, like, crossed my mind to, like, want to tell anyone. But, like, I love music, and, like, it's, like, all I ever want to do. But for some reason, I just never told anyone, at least in school. Yeah. Anyone outside of that, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm a singer, like, my Instagram, like, whatever, my YouTube. But, like, at school, I was always like, no, I want to be, like, normal, which is weird because normal's so overrated.
I get you. Well, I've had conversations with people who are around, like, 17, 18 who end up becoming, like, a singer throughout that time, right? And one thing that I've noticed is that they end up getting bullied because it's not normal. And in a sense, you kind of outshine everybody in a way.
Yeah, maybe that was me just, like, protecting myself from that.
Yeah,
in some way. Yeah.
Yeah, that protection's brutal.
I
mean, not brutal. It's necessary when you're young because you don't really know how to maneuver through that time because if you're this superstar singer in high school, everyone's kind of going to look at you and think, like, you might think you're hot shit or whatever.
Yeah. There was definitely that because I think the the handful that did know, they did kind of treat me like that a little bit. Like, oh, you think you're better? And I was like, no, like, I don't. And I think that's another reason why, like, that put me off from, like, ever saying anything to anyone.
Yeah. So then you were more so focusing on putting your music out on, like, YouTube, Twitter, IG?
Yeah. I've been posting covers on YouTube since I was, like, 13.
Wow.
Or so, like 12 or 13.
What was your first cover?
You know what? I'm totally probably contradicting myself. My first YouTube cover, at least, was me doing the talent show in 5th grade. And I had 2 boys, my backup dancers, and we did the Single Ladies. And by Beyonce.
Oh, you did not get them to do that.
We did. They did.
That's crazy.
They full on, like, learned the dance. Like, the backup dancers from the music video, like they learned the dance.
Wow.
Like, from, like, beginning to end, and we did the whole song.
Hey, man,
that was my first cover.
Shout out to women empowerment, man. I don't know how you got 2 dudes to do that dance for a talent show.
I know, and, like, it was so fun, though. Like, 5th grade. Oh,
yeah.
That was really fun.
Did you know by 5th grade you really wanted to pursue music, or was it still just a thing?
No, I knew in, like, 5th grade that I wanted to pursue music. I mean, even before that, when I was, like, doing karaoke's on Wii, like, like the High School Musical, like, Wii karaoke, like, soundtrack that you can do on there. And, like, I don't know. Like, even, like, when maybe PlayStation's still big. I don't know. But, like, when, like, the PlayStation 2 or something, I had, like, the Camp Rock and High School Musical, like, karaoke songs.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, like, it had Miley Cyrus and Hannah Montana on there. Like, it had Allie and AJ. Like,
they're 2 different people? What?
Oh, yeah, right. It had the personas, and, like, Ali and AJ and like every single like thing you could possibly think of that was Disney at that time.
That's insane. I remember on PS2 they had this game. I forgot what it was called, but you can basically do the same thing but with rap songs.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I never knew that.
They had shit from like E40, T.I., I think some Lil Wayne, Lil Jon songs.
Really?
And that's what made me want to pursue a rap career. And then
Really?
later down the line, I'm just like, nah, I'm cool. I'll leave this to other people to do a rap career. I guess there's like this ongoing battle. I think everybody at some point wants to be a singer or a rapper, but then not that many people decide to really
Like
pursue that dream. What made you want to pursue it?
I think for me, music has always been like something that has made me feel like I like not important, but it always made me feel better about myself, and it's always been something that's like it's been a part of me for so long that like without it, I wouldn't know who I am.
Yeah.
And it's also been, in a way, this sounds, I don't know if this makes sense, but it's also been like a safety net almost for like whenever I've been like in like kind of like semi-dark places or like going through something bad, like it's always been music that's always helped me get through those and like push through anything. So I think that's kind of what it was for me, and which made me want to pursue it.
It's so funny that you say that because literally yesterday I had linked up with one of my good friends who I had known for over 10 years now. And for some reason, I clicked on a playlist on my iTunes where it was all songs from like the time where we had met. And it's crazy when you think about music and how much of a time capsule one song or like a gang of songs could really be.
Yeah, for sure. There's this one song from like my childhood. I mean, everyone's childhood, really, let's be honest. I probably shouldn't have been listening to this song at the time when I really think
What
about
song?
it. I Write Sins, Not Tragedies by Panic at the Disco.
See,
My childhood,
Okay.
that song. It's from, I Googled it the other day because I did a cover yesterday. It's from like 2005. So I was like 6, like singing all these lyrics. I was like, wait. Like I was listening to it yesterday. I was like, hold on. Like I was listening to this. But yeah, I totally agree with you. Like some songs, like they just kind of like stick with you.
do you remember what space you were in when that was your favorite song?
No. I have one of the worst memories in the world, so I really don't remember where, like, what space I was in when I was listening to I Write Sins, Not Tragedies at 6 or, like, 6 years old. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not the best song to listen to at that time.
Probably not.
Were your parents musically inclined?
My mom did musical theater for a really long
Oh,
time when
nice.
she was younger. Like, she, I don't know, she went on tour or something like that in, like,
really?
Russia. Yeah, or sorry, in Europe somewhere.
As herself or like in a band?
In, like, as a theater group.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I think I'm have my facts right. I don't know. But yeah, like she was in like a tour in Europe, and they stayed at like people's houses and yeah, so she
Wow,
did it
that's
for
really
a little while.
cool.
Yeah.
So then what does your dad do?
He I don't know. He just did like sales and whatever. He used to do baseball. Like he wanted to be like a pro baseball player. And then I don't remember the story about what happened about that, but he didn't want to
Gotcha.
do it anymore.
Well, I mean, I could still I could see now your parents obviously support your music career.
Yes.
Okay.
1000%.
Well, I mean, I get it because your mom used to do that shit.
Yeah. She's like my number one supporter. She's always like, she always has a list of things. She goes, did you do this, 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 and this? And I'm like, yeah, I forgot that. Yes. No. I'm going to that right now. Like, she like also like kind of pushes me when like I'm kind of like down.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Is your mom like managing you or is she kind of just like that supporter?
No, she's just that supporter.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Well, do you remember when you first showed your mom your music?
John Tucker or like anything.
Anything.
Like YouTube. Well, she was the one who got me the camera to do YouTube videos.
Shout out to mom, man.
Because she knew I loved singing. So actually, she recorded my 5th grade talent show, Single Ladies performance.
Oh, wow.
And she's the one who posted that one on YouTube. So she posted that. And then after that, I was just like, okay, like, what are we recording next? Like, so she's the one who really actually got me into it.
So then what you think about John Tucker?
Oh, she loves it. She, like, bops it. She's always like, Madison, like,
Hey.
I love this song. And I'm like, really? Like, anytime anyone ever says, like, they love anything that I do, like, it makes me feel like I'm on, like, cloud 9 almost.
Well, I mean, especially your parents, because
Yeah.
I think as a child or, you know, just being like the son or daughter of anybody, right? I think in the back of our heads, we're always trying to look for our parents' approval.
Always. Like, their approval means more than, like, anyone.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I literally just got the stamp of approval from my mom just, like, yesterday, actually. She sent me a
Really?
whole ass text.
Uh-huh.
She was like, wow, like, I didn't realize you interviewed A, B, and C. I'm going to watch more of your interviews now. I'm like, oh, thanks, Mom. 2 years later. Shout out to my mom and my dad. But that's cool. So she's really digging John Tucker. And are you guys from the LA area or?
Yeah, for the most part. I was born in LA, and then I think when I was like a year or so, we moved to Vegas. And then I lived there for like 7-8 years, and then we moved back to California. So for the most part, yes.
Yeah.
But like 7 years of my life, no.
Damn. So you're actually born from like the mecca of entertainment.
Yes.
It's even more difficult because I feel like Los Angeles doesn't necessarily have their sound, if you know what I mean, because there's so many people coming from different parts of not only the country but the world.
Yeah.
Just to be over here. Do you feel like you have a different, like a chip on your shoulder, being from LA, trying to make it?
I don't know. LA is definitely a very hard place to like, not pursue, but like there's so many like amazing, talented people. So it's definitely like you have to work really hard for sure. Mm-hmm. And knowing that everyone comes here to pursue that, like anything, is insane and it's so cool. So yeah, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, I could see that. There's just so much competition over here.
Everywhere you look.
I feel like it would have been easier just to like be in Vegas and pursue the career over there.
Maybe, yeah.
Because like I've noticed that whenever there's a smaller city, people tend to push that person a lot
For
bigger.
sure, yeah.
So then why'd you guys end up moving in Vegas for a bit?
I've never actually asked that question. Like,
I was there for 7 years.
Yeah,
I don't know
think
why.
I was just like, okay, whatever. And then, it was like 1 maybe. I know that we moved back because my mom got a job out here. But I don't know why we moved there.
That's all good.
Yeah.
So then, did you have like any kind of culture shock moving from Los Angeles to Vegas?
Moving from Los Angeles to Vegas? No, because I didn't know any different. I was 1. Like, I don't remember anything.
Oh.
Yeah, I was 1.
So you were born here, like...
Yeah.
So you were legit just born here and
for
then
a year and then moved.
Oh.
So, I don't know.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, never mind. Omit that question then. I thought you moved there when you were, like, I don't know, some sort of teenage...
No.
But you're, like, 20 years old. See, now my mind is getting fucked because, like, I don't realize how much a 7-year span actually is because you're only 20.
Yeah. So it wasn't, like, a good chunk of my life. Like, I was still young when we moved back. I was 7 or 8 when we moved back to California.
What's it like for you maneuvering through the industry as a young adult? It's different when you're, like, in your mid-20s, 30s, and, it's way different when you're, like, 20 or younger.
Yeah, it's definitely very intimidating because there are so many, like, amazing talents out there, and you're, like, competing, and, like, but you love all of them all at the same time. It's definitely hard to maneuver around all that because, everyone's so amazing.
But how do you maneuver?
I don't know. Just by maybe, like, pushing myself and always knowing that, like, hard work pays off in the end. So, yeah, always constantly, like, working.
Have you been in, like, a situation in which you've gotten so mind blown about like a person you're working with?
Yes. Yeah, constantly. I actually go to school with some amazing like producers too. So like I think just getting to be around those like that energy and that talent is just like makes you want to like be better. So yeah, for sure.
I mean, which producers are you working with?
Right now I'm working with C Minor and Sky. Those are my 2 right now. I love them. They're so amazing. They're so talented. C Minor actually did John Tucker.
Tight.
Yeah. So he's incredible. He's in like China or something right now. Yeah, working.
Damn. Mm-hmm. And did he produce that beat while he was in China?
No. We were sitting in a studio like / living room, like someone's like home studio. And we were like just looking through beats and he was like, "Do you like this? Do you like this one? Do you like that one?" And I was like, "Oh, I really like that one." So he like built it off the I think he built it off the da na na like right in the beginning, and we just literally built off the track off those 3 notes.
Damn, how long did it take for you guys to finish John Tucker?
2 days.
Quick.
Yeah. So the first day we basically like finished most of it, and then the second day it was like maybe like a few lines, like the second verse or something, and then we were done.
Damn,
yeah, so
that
we
was
got
really
a good
quick.
chunk in like 2
Yeah.
days.
So then how come you're doing talent shows, you're putting YouTube covers out? Why is it that only now you decide to put out your first single?
I don't know. I feel like I was ready and more ready to be like vulnerable with people, because I've always been very like, I don't want to like tell anyone not tell anyone, like I don't want to really like open myself up all the time. And I think it was now that I was kind of like, okay, like I love music, this is what I want to do, I need to be able to show the other side of me, like my feelings and like vulnerability, and like, so because I was always scared to write. I was scared to like put my feelings out on paper.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my best friends, she was the one who like pushed me to write constantly. So I think I actually kind of have to give it to her for the fact that I have music out, because I was so scared to write for so long.
Yeah. Well, I think in the music industry, the people who eclipse to that upper echelon of like like artistry are the ones who are vulnerable.
Yeah.
And you know, as much as I can preach that, it's such a difficult thing to put
very
your
hard
heart
to-
on your sleeve and put
yeah.
it out there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. That was my biggest obstacle, was being vulnerable with people. And I think, at least for me, that's why I think it took so long, was because I just needed to like be like, this is who you are, embrace it. Like, who cares? I'm starting to have a mentality of like, who cares what other people think, as long as I like who I am.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was me getting past that. Because I feel like even when like you're a teenager, you're kind of like still trying to like find who you are, and you like don't want to like be outside the norm almost, because you feel like people are gonna like judge you for that. So I think that was me trying to breaking out of that, and what made John Tucker.
Well, what's insane is when by the time we are in our mid-20s or even like our 30s, we try to figure out ways to stand out.
Mm-hmm.
But over a decade ago, we do so much just to try to fit in. You know what I mean? Like, what's gonna keep me cool? What's gonna keep me just like going with the flow and not necessarily stand out? And I think the complex in that is I don't understand why we wait so long just to be ourselves. You know?
Yeah, I think we're just scared of being ourselves, and scared of what like other people are gonna think. Because I always, when I was younger, looked for everyone's approval. And like always wanted to be that person that everyone like liked. So I think for the most part I've grown out of that, kind of being like, you know what,
Man.
if you don't like me, it is what it is.
Shit,
like,
we were on the exact same boat, dude. Like I remember when I was about like 14, 15. I'm so sorry.
You're good.
Shout out to this weather change in LA. It's been drastic, and it fucked up my throat, if you guys haven't already heard. But I remember when I was 14, 15 years old, I did my best to just befriend everybody that I could. And I found myself struggling between, okay, well, I got to cater to this person. I got to cater to this person, so on and so forth. Like, this person needs my time. And it was difficult as a 16-year-old because I didn't realize the value of time and how much precious time actually was. So now, 10 years later, me being 26, I'm looking at this shit like, wow, all I really had to do was be myself, and then people just, you know, you get one group of people who fuck with you, and then you get another group of people who don't fuck with you. But it's okay, because you can't grab everybody, you know what I mean?
It was hard for me to, like, accept that not everyone is going to like you. And that's okay. Like, not everyone needs to.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
But these are the thoughts that we all think about whenever we're kids. Shout out to us for actually bringing out this conversation. Nobody talks about this type of stuff.
Yeah.
So, Madison, you have John Tucker out right now. Music video, projects. What do you got coming up? I would love to see kind of like a rendition of
that's what we're
the John
planning
Tucker
to do.
movie.
Yeah, we're planning to like kind of recreate the movie a little bit. Yeah, so a music video is coming for that soon. I'm really excited. And as for more projects, I do have another song that we're like creating right now.
Ooh.
I'm super excited about it. It's called All in My Head. I don't know if I was allowed to say that, but like it's okay. Whatever. Like maybe that's not the next song.
It's gonna be out.
It's gonna come out eventually anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really pumped for that one too. It's gonna be really fun.
Let's talk about All in My Head.
All in my
Well,
head.
what I mean, I kind of get an idea of what it's about, but I want you to explain it.
All in my head. Well, all in my head. Oh, I'm like not looking at the camera. All in my. I'm like totally turned this way.
Nah, you're good.
All in my head is kind of like about me really liking this boy, and realizing that like, it's kind of similar in a way to John Tucker, whereas like I liked him and he kind of like in a way used me almost, and like made me believe that like, oh like, we're gonna be together and whatever,
Yeah.
and then to find out that it was kind of just like in my head. And that I almost seemed crazy because he made me believe A, B, and C, and none of this was ever happening.
That's the worst.
Yeah,
That's the worst.
It really is.
It's like it's kind of like when a guy is like too good to be true, and he's kind of like basically I'm getting the idea that like he's leading you on in some
Yes,
ways.
it's basically him leading me on and me being like, apparently like it was all in my head because I thought like we were gonna like maybe not be together, but like we were gonna like be friends, be together, like whatever, and to find out that like none of that was even happening in like ever.
Okay, now that we're at this point of the conversation, I want to ask you this: from your perspective, is love overrated?
I've never actually been in love.
Okay.
So I probably can't really like speak a lot about it, but I mean, I definitely believe in it. Like I believe it exists. I believe that love is very powerful. But maybe a little bit overrated. I don't think it's everything like it's cracked up or what everyone says it is.
I mean, reason why I asked that is because when I was I keep on referring back to when I was younger, but like I feel like love was just such a back then it was just like the thing to do and the thing to be in because relationships would happen left and right. I feel like nowadays, especially looking at the younger generation, I don't see too many relationships happening. Not that I should be. That sounded kind of weird. But you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Like I don't see like my younger cousins being in relationships. I don't see like their friends being in relationships. I'm just like,
Pete, from what I kind of agree with you. I have a handful of friends who have been in relationships for a few years, but for the most part, what I see is no one's really in relationships ever. Like I've never, besides, they either, for me, at least in my perspective, from what I've seen, they have either been in relationships for years or like they've never been in one ever. Yeah, so it's definitely crazy. Like everything's different now.
To be honest, I be having word vomit all the time.
Yeah, I think I'm just like speaking and not like fully processing what I'm saying anymore. So
You're all in your head.
I am. I'm just all in my head.
What's been have you been in a relationship before?
I haven't.
You haven't?
No.
Whoa.
I haven't.
Okay, wait, why is that?
I don't know. I've been told from people that I'm very intimidating for the most part, I guess. But I don't know. I guess it just hasn't happened. I'm not I'm not saying like I'll never be in one. It's the fact that like it just hasn't been like presented to, like not presented. That's a terrible word to say. Like it hasn't just hasn't like happened.
The right opportunity
yes
hasn't been in front of you.
Yes,
yet.
Those are the words I'm looking for. I was like, what's happening?
Hey man, I'll give you the assist. Don't worry.
Thank you. Because I was like, I can't find the words. So what I'm saying, I'm like, it's right here. I can feel it, but I don't know what it's not coming out.
Damn, that's even more ironic. I mean, I guess it makes sense because you have a song like John Tucker, and then you also have a song like All in My Head that's gonna be released, and
yeah, it just seems like just bad luck, maybe. Yeah, maybe it's just like it will get better. You know what? It's fine.
It will. It will. I think one thing that we tend to forget is that when we're 20, that's hypothetically a fifth of our life.
Don't. Right? Yeah.
But you know what I mean, like. Basically, what I'm getting at is that my grandparents, I think they've been together for 75 years or so.
Wow.
And my parents have been together for at least 25-ish.
Okay.
Somewhere around
That's a long time, though.
It's a long time. But then you think about the actual lifespan that we have, which is roughly 70 to like 100. And like 25 years is a third of it. It's like... Imagine being with somebody for so long and it's more than half your life. Crazy. I personally can't do that. I can't. I mean, not that I can't do it. I can't think about it.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of scary in a sense. I feel like back then, like before you and I were born, it was kind of just a thing to do because you never really knew how long you could live for or like, you know, how long these generations are actually going to be going on for.
Yeah, for sure.
So
it's definitely crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my old dance teacher, I used to dance. She's been with her husband for like 15 years already.
Jeez.
And they met in like, they've been dating since like 7th grade. Or 8th grade, yeah. They have like 2 kids.
That's wild. See, I have a friend who he just got married last year. No, actually a couple months ago. They've been together since freshman year of high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
And you know, like, shout out to them because if it floats their boat, that's good. But then I'm over here thinking about like, but have you ever thought about like the other experiences that you can do as like an individual or just like meeting new people, you know? Sometimes I feel, not in my current situation, but I feel like sometimes relationships kind of prohibit us from exploring the different areas of our life, if that makes sense.
No, it makes sense. I think that's probably like another reason, to add on top of reasons, why some people aren't like in relationships because they want to like see who they are and they want to be adventurous and they want to try different things without, I don't want to say without being held back, but like kind of in a way like not having another opinion almost, I guess.
Well, you're able to find yourself more and explore different things. What's the craziest thing that you've done in life?
The craziest thing I've done in life? Oh my God. What's the craziest thing you've done?
Craziest thing I've done? So I was actually with my girlfriend in Cancun, and we jumped into a cenote, which in Spanish just means a sinkhole. So we jumped into the sinkhole, and then right before I jumped in, I said, yo, how deep is this sinkhole? Dude said...
After you already jumped?
No, like right before I jumped. And he said, I think he said 48 meters deep, which is... really deep.
Okay,
That's
I was like,
really
how long is 48 meters?
Let's do 48 meters into miles. Shout out to the internet, man. We're able to, like, 48 meters to miles.
I don't even know how to Google that, to be completely honest.
Well, 48 meters is... Well, it doesn't seem like much, but it's, like, almost a third of a mile. Something like that.
Okay, I mean... That's not. I was expecting, for some reason, I was expecting 48 meters to be like 5 or something feet, but I mean, no. Even now, but now when I say it out loud, that doesn't even seem like possible or right in any way. But yeah, like third of a mile. That's still a lot.
Yeah.
In a way.
So what's the craziest thing you've done?
When I think about it, I don't think I've ever really done anything that crazy because I think I always in the back of my mind, I'm always like, that's not good. Like, I think I've I think I've stopped myself from doing things that are, like, drastic or, like, crazy in any way. So I don't think I have any of those stories. But, like, I would like one. Like, I want a story like that.
We're going to have to put you on jumping off a skyscraper with, like, a bungee on you.
You know, I don't know if I want to do that, but I'm definitely missing out. Like, I'm missing, like, adventure. Like, I need that. Yeah. Because I don't have any of that. Because I've always been too afraid.
I feel like because for instance, like as soon as I jumped off that thing, I had like a whole new perspective on life, kind of like I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. On top of that, I can't swim. So
perfect.
So I had a life jacket on. I'm over here just like...
Wait, you can't swim?
I can't swim.
Like you never like took lessons or like learned?
So, I mean, I took lessons when I was a kid, but I was like 5 or 6. I don't remember that. And I lived in San Francisco, a city. There's no pools everywhere. There's no water to actually swim in.
Yeah.
So there was no point in me utilizing that ability, and I kind of just lost it.
Yeah, I learned how to swim when I was like 4 or 5 in Vegas. Because I just went to the school that, I don't know what I went to. Like, the school had a pool. Yeah. And I just ended up learning there. And I guess I just kept it. Except I don't know how to float. That's so random. But, like, I've always wanted to know how to float, and I physically can't. I just go right down.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because I can definitely float, and I can keep my body just, like, chilling, but I'd die. I would legit die. I had, like, a little drowning experience when I was maybe, like, 13 or 14, too, and that kind of just, like...
Seriously?
It killed it for me.
Really?
It killed it.
I almost drowned in the ocean once. That was pretty terrifying. I think that was the last time I ever went that far out in the ocean. Now I'm like low-key terrified of it because I had to be like saved by a lifeguard.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, I was probably like 15. So like 5 years ago. Yeah, 5 years ago.
Yeah, you're crazy. I can't.
Maybe that's crazy. Maybe that's the craziest
That's
thing
probably
I've
the
done.
craziest
There you
thing.
go.
See, we
There's
got
the
to it. We
craziest
fucking
thing I've
got to
done.
it.
I got stuck in the ocean and like just wave after wave. I was like, oh my God, gotta be saved.
You're gonna have to make a song like that,
About
talking
being
about
saved.
drowning and all that.
Oh God.
So Madison, you got the music video in the works right now.
Mhm.
Is John Tucker attached to an album, or is it kind of just like a Lucy right now?
Right now it's just a Lucy, but it'll probably be attached to an EP.
Okay.
It's coming soon.
Like later this year, or are we looking at 2020?
We are probably looking at like late. We were already kind of in late 2019, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh my God, time went by so fast. Okay, so yeah, like 2020. I'm like thinking it's like February, when in reality it's June. It's
Mhm.
almost July. No,
Yeah.
it's not. Yes, it
No,
is.
it's like halfway through June
through
when
June.
we're recording this.
Life goes by so fast.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even understand. Like, I genuinely believe like last week was like January,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe February. I don't know. Whatever I said before.
Well, I think it moves even faster when you're in this industry.
It definitely does, because it's just so fast paced.
Well, what's a day in the life for you, Madison?
A day in the life. So I like to go work out in the morning because for some
Damn.
reason I feel like
Good
honestly,
for
like,
you.
thanks. I feel like if I don't work out in the morning, or if I don't at least do something in the morning, I won't start my day. Like that's just who I am. Like, I won't do anything the rest of the day. So anyway, a life and day would probably be, or day in life, that was wrong. Probably be working out, and then depending on what day it is, I'm either going to school all day and then coming back and then doing music, or I wish I could say something more interesting than me sitting in a room all day, like playing piano and like learning songs. But that's literally what I do.
Dude, no,
Constantly.
that's tight though. Because what ends up happening, what ends up happening is that we distract ourselves from the thing that we really want to do. So the fact that you're in a studio working on your craft, damn near 24/7, aside from you working out, like that's a beautiful thing. Now I want to ask you this: does it get boring when you work in music all day?
Yes and no. I think there are periods where it's kind of like, okay, like I need to stop because I'm like, it's getting repetitive and whatever. But for the most part, no. I think when you love something so much, it could never really get that boring.
See,
yeah.
So you are in love with something.
Yeah, music. That's it.
Madison Deaver, everybody. Where can everybody find you and your record, John Tucker?
You can find John Tucker on all platforms, YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, whatever other platforms there are. There's only 3 that are coming to the top of my head. I'm Madison Deaver. Yeah, everything, anything that exists, you can find it. My social media is Madison S. Deaver on all platforms. So Snapchat, Facebook, I think Facebook.
Damn.
Yeah. Instagram, Twitter. Twitter when I get it back, let's be completely honest. I lost it because I changed the age by 1 year because I said 98 instead of 99, and I changed it like 2 months ago. And I ended up getting myself locked out by changing it by a year. And I was like, okay, but I'm 20 now. Yeah. Sorry, that was so off topic, but yeah.
No, that doesn't make sense, though.
I know, because I guess I made it when I was 12, and you have to be 13. So, yeah. So when I changed it by 1 year, not even thinking about it, because I was 20, I was like, whatever, like, nothing's going to happen. I did it, and I got locked out. So when I get Twitter back, Madison S. Deaver.
Is the S your middle name?
Yeah, it is. Madison Deaver was taken. Yeah.
Man, fuck. But there's only one Madison Deaver on Spotify and all that.
Yes, there is. Only one. So, yeah, you can follow me on all those.
Madison Deaver, this is The Lunch Table, Food for Thought. I'm Nico Blitz. Check out John Tucker, and we are out, everybody. Yay!